Well, welcome to today's Trade Ideas on Signal. So, without wasting time, we're just going to start where we left off last week, Friday. But I did make some analysis on Friday. We talked about where we are anticipating price to reverse from or to peak from. All these trades, since we are using limit order, is much of the reversal point that we are looking for in the market, either support point or resistance point in the market. So here we are on daily. We did make some analysis on daily and we established our dealing range from daily levels. And we are anticipating some kind of price action moving forward from all those levels. And if you've been following me for a while now, you understand where we're coming from since October. And we established this high and low in the markets within during early November. And today being December 1st, we'll be establishing our range for the month as well and trying to see where we're going to, what our potential end of the year trade is going to be. And if you look closely from with what market has been doing since October, November, even August, we can spot some range within the market, even though we did have some structure level shifting from what is it called, from uptrend to downtrend, but we witnessed a lot of wicks being thrown up and down within the markets. So that alone is giving us some kind of signal and giving us end of the year vibe. Yearly candle is planning to close this year. I mean, this month. So for the month of December, we're going to look closely for what we'll be capitalizing on. And picking from our range coming from October, early November, and what market has done, we'll be establishing, we did establish this level to be a strong guy where we are anticipating that price is going to protect from within the market. And we established some other side of the something as our low, where we'll be expecting price to rate and liquidity to be taken from within that level. So we established here to be our strong guy and here to be our strong low within the market. I mean, our weak low. And from what we discussed last week, I told us about this particular internal range we have within this our established bigger range coming from daily. And if we are speaking from within this particular levels here and the range that we are spotting from within the something, anticipating some kind of level, even though we are expecting price to react from the internal structure that we have, the closest internal structure to the weak low that we have, but we did have a deeper penetration into the strong guy, which is signaling to us that that high is somehow weak and might eventually be raided. The price movement away from the strong guy supposed to take out this weak low, but we did have is kind of creating shift now. And last week we couldn't establish the shift because we are still anticipating some kind of movement away from within this level. And we have this deeper level within the level that we can term as our resistance points within the price because we can see the price did throw some 3 candle weeks and this is daily for that matter. So we are now anticipating that we are not expecting price to take out that level from within the market. But from what we saw last week, we see that price did not give us a proper reaction from the level. And as we can see, having London session this morning did take out the level, and we are trading high above the level. So that's a signal that we can now establish this peaked level to be our shift in the market. Even though we spotted the shift on what is it called on 4 hour, and I did point it out last week, and we had some successful trade from the level. But I was saying, if we want to stick to daily, to establish our trade from daily, we have to establish some points of interest from within the level as well. So even though we are taking trades on 4 hour, it does not necessarily mean our trade can be validated on daily because it is market is free to do whatever you want to do. And we are also at the end of the month, that last week, and anything can happen from within that level, as we all know. So establishing that now, but from what we are seeing from within this level now, we can now call this level a major MSS from within the markets, and 4 hour something can now be validated to be a proper shift in the market. And from what we have from within this level that we are anticipating, some kind of reversal from this level, and as we can see, it did give away something. It just gave a passage for price, and we just zoom from within the level, and immediately price level zoom out of that something, it's turned the level back to what, to support, and it's used it to support price in for to going more higher within the market. On Friday, I wasn't still with the system, but the trade we did take on Thursday. No, I established some level on Thursday, and we have a proper 1 to 5 from within the level. And if you convert it to betting, that's 6 odd. But at the same time, having that playing something, and we established this internal structure coming from this level, and serving this internal structure on 4 hour, but on 1 hour, it serves as our proportion block. But at the same time, we miss the other block from within this level. But from moving forward, I did talk about on 5 minutes and 15 minutes that the level that we are anticipating, it has been properly mitigated on lower time frame. But just for probability sake, we just still have to stick to the something. So throughout last week, we were able to bank how many trades now? We're able to bank at least 1 to 15 from within that level, from within what we have here now. So moving forward this week, the starting point that we're going to have is to start from monthly and try to see what a monthly candle holds for us. But if we want to properly do it, I will ask us to just remove all our orders that we have from within the market. So we remove all annotation and we try to pick from within that level. And last month, early last, the first week of November, I did point out that we might be expecting some kind of movement, continuous movement downward from within the level, from monthly candle that we have here. But as we have it here now, we are just ranging for the past how many months now? For the past 6 months, price has been ranging, and this last month of the year. So we can continue to expect that price can just continue to range for the end of the year. But from within this level and from what we perceive on daily, since we are creating some internal structure within structure, a structure within structure, if we did not break above this high now, then we can be automatically expecting that price is just going to continue to range for the rest of the year. And it's going to create a closure for us at the end of the something. But from what we have here now, we are going to establish as something we can see now that price is already going for our previous month high. So yeah, previous month high, and if we are establishing our previous month low as well, we can see that closely that even within the first week of the something, that it is our previous month high liquidity that will be taken out of the something. So establishing these two range within the market, we move too quickly, we can see that within this range, automatically we can expect that this can turn out to be our order block for the next year candle open for the weekly. But if we stick with daily, we see and we can establish our structure. And as we can see, the monthly structure has been established, but it's still lying within our previous established dealing range. But another dealing range that has been proposed now, we can just establish the fact that, okay, this level has created a shift in the market, and this previous monthly high can be taken out of the something. But if we look closely, there is proper mitigation of all this level coming from within this low, then we can automatically turn this level. This is our major MSS, which is shifting then within the market, and this level as well can be our strong. We can establish it to be our strong low as far as we are concerned, at least for now. So then we'll be anticipating our weak high from within the something. And what's the validation that we are giving this level to be our strong low is coming from 4 hour shift that we've established, and that circle has been completed. So moving forward from that level here, the only level that can be serving as our potential entry is this particular mitigation block that we can spot on daily. So if we establish this as our mitigation block, then these indecisive candles, we have two indecisive candles from within this level that can establish our level that we can be anticipating some movements from. So if we look closely on those levels, we establish these levels to be our something, and we can see that this other block has been reclaimed. It has been reclaimed, and what was formed immediately after the reclaimed other block was this particular other block that we have here. So if we are going to enter the trade aggressively, I would suggest that we go from within this level. And personally, I guess I'm going to be taking the aggressive trade as well. So we can go with this other block here. But we have this mitigation block from within the level. And another internal structure has been formed above, but we're going to kind of look at it closely on lower time frame. So, and this mitigation block is also there. We can establish this mitigation block, which lie perfectly, but the liquidity gap, fair value gap that we have from within that level might not be properly something, but we have this internal structure as well. So if we are going to take any aggressive entry, this is our internal structure. If we look on closely on lower time frame, we can see that all this level has been properly mitigated, except this particular leg here. We have this internal structure that lie perfectly with our mitigation block, and this another internal structure which created another gap from within this level. And if we look on 15 minutes, we can see that, okay, we have all these levels. Personally, if I'm going to be going with any trade, I'm going to be going with 1 hour entry. Yeah. So I guess I'll be going with this level. So that lies on within the other block. And we can witness price coming down into the something, but at least before we can be anticipating price movement back into this other block, we can be anticipating it's taking out our previous monthly high. So I guess we're just going to continue with this 1 hour something, and it's going to be a buy for us. At least if we are not going to be sitting with the system, we can just go from within this level to have something, and it's lie perfectly with that particular level within the market, and that's 12. Then we can have 62 pips, 62.5 pips from within the market. So it's going to be 62, 625 pips, 625 pipets from within the market, and that will give us appropriate 1 to 5 from within the market. But with the level the market is transcending all the highs, then we can be expecting some kind of movement or transcend this high. But from what we have here, I'll be sticking with this. Today being Monday, there is higher manipulation that's going to happen and the opening of the new month. So for the whole month, we are going to tread carefully and we try to keep up with our analysis on daily basis. But for now, for today, this is the level I'm going to be going with, and I'm going to let it weather off any manipulation that can be happening from within that level. So this will be my potential trade, at least for today. If per adventure we did not click it today, we have the rest of the week to establish that, being the opening of the week, the month. So I guess that will be all for today, not to bother us much with a lot of words. So from here, we're going to continue from wherever it does during New York Open. Tomorrow morning, we're going to continue to establish our level. So that'll be all for now. Thank you very much. Have a lovely and a profitable day.